Every morning, millions of people wake up, rush to work, put in long hours, and collect a salary at the end of the month, yet still feel stuck. On paper, everything looks fine. There's a job, a paycheck, maybe even yearly raises. But in reality, financial stress keeps growing. Savings feel impossible, time feels scarce, and freedom feels farther away every year. This invisible cycle is known as the salary trap, and it's quietly draining people's money, energy, and future. Today, we will talk about the salary trap millions are stuck in right now. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. What the salary trap really is. The salary trap is the false sense of security that comes from earning a regular paycheck. A salary feels stable, predictable, and safe. But stability is not the same as progress. Most salaried workers trade time for money, and that trade has a hard limit. There are only so many hours in a day, and once those hours are sold, income stops. This creates a ceiling. No matter how hard you work, your earnings are capped. Why salaries feel safe but are actually risky? A salary gives the illusion of safety because it's consistent. Bills get paid, routines form, and life becomes predictable. But that predictability hides risk. One layoff, one health emergency, or one economic downturn can wipe out years of effort overnight. When your income depends entirely on one employer, your financial life is fragile, even if your paycheck looks decent. Inflation. The silent salary killer. One of the biggest enemies of salaried workers is inflation. Prices rise every year: food, rent, fuel, healthcare, but salaries rarely keep up. A 5% raise feels good until inflation is 8%. That means you're actually poorer, even though you're earning more. Over time, inflation quietly erodes purchasing power, forcing people to work harder just to maintain the same lifestyle. Lifestyle inflation keeps you stuck. As salaries increase, spending often increases faster. A better phone, a nicer car, a bigger apartment, these upgrades feel like progress, but they lock people deeper into monthly obligations. This is lifestyle inflation. Instead of freedom, higher income creates higher expenses, leaving no room to save or invest. Many high earners live paycheck to paycheck, not because they earn too little, but because spending rises with income. The time for money trade is a losing game. In the salary trap, time is your most expensive asset, yet it's sold cheaply. You only earn while you're actively working. Take a day off, income stops. Get sick, income is at risk. Retire, income disappears or drops sharply. This model works in the short term but fails over a lifetime. Wealth is built when money works for you, not when you constantly work for money. Debt makes the trap stronger. Debt is fuel for the salary trap. Credit cards, personal loans, car financing, and mortgages create fixed monthly payments that demand a steady paycheck. Once debt enters the picture, risk tolerance disappears. People stay in jobs they hate, avoid opportunities, and fear change because missing one paycheck could collapse everything. Debt doesn't just cost money, it steals freedom. The myth of job loyalty. Many people believe staying loyal to one job guarantees security. In reality, companies prioritize profits, not employees. Layoffs happen even during record-breaking earnings. Long-term loyalty often results in underpayment compared to market rates. Ironically, job hopping and skill upgrades usually lead to higher income than staying put and hoping for raises. Social Security, the dangerous assumption. A major reason people remain stuck in the salary trap is blind faith in Social Security or retirement systems. Many assume it will be enough. In most cases, it isn't. Social Security is designed to supplement income, not replace it. Rising life expectancy, economic pressure, and policy changes mean future payouts may be lower relative to living costs. Relying on it alone is a risky bet. Why saving alone isn't enough. Saving money is important, but saving without investing is another trap. Money sitting idle loses value due to inflation. Many salaried workers proudly save but never grow that money. Real financial progress requires investing, assets that compound over time and generate income without constant effort. Without this, savings become a temporary cushion, not a long-term solution. Taxes quietly drain salaried workers. Salaried employees are among the most heavily taxed groups in the entire economy, yet most never fully realize it. Their income is completely visible, automatically reported, and taxed before it even reaches their hands. There is no room to pause, adjust, or optimize in real time. Unlike business owners or investors, salaried workers have very limited flexibility when it comes to reducing their tax burden. Every raise is partially taken away before it can create real progress. Without intentional tax planning, a massive portion of lifetime earnings disappears silently. Over decades, taxes can consume more wealth than poor spending decisions or bad investments ever could. This is why two people earning the same salary can end their careers in drastically different financial positions. The difference isn't effort, it's awareness. What you keep matters far more than what you earn, and taxes quietly decide that outcome. Fear is the invisible cage. Fear is the most powerful force keeping people trapped in salaried life. Fear of losing stability, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong move, fear of starting over. This fear doesn't scream, it whispers. It convinces people to stay just one more year, wait for one more raise, delay one more dream. Breaking free requires a shift in thinking. Escaping the salary trap doesn't mean dramatic resignations or reckless risks. It starts with a mental shift, understanding that a salary is a tool, not a destination. Your paycheck should be used strategically, not consumed passively. Instead of spending everything you earn, you begin directing income with intent. You invest in skills that increase your long-term value, not just your current role. You look for opportunities to build income streams that don't depend on your physical presence every day. From earned income to leveraged income. True financial freedom begins when income is no longer directly tied to hours worked. Earned income, salary or wages, requires your constant involvement. When you stop working, the money stops flowing. Leveraged income changes that equation. Investments, businesses, royalties, and income-producing assets allow money to continue moving even when your time is elsewhere. This transition doesn't happen overnight. It starts small and builds quietly. Each investment, each asset, each stream of income slightly weakens the grip of paycheck dependence. Over time, leverage compounds, not just financially, but psychologically. Choices expand. Fear shrinks. Work becomes optional rather than mandatory. The salary trap loses its power the moment income is no longer confined to time, and that is where real freedom begins. The cost of doing nothing. The biggest danger isn't failure, it's staying comfortable. Decades can pass in the salary trap with nothing to show but exhaustion and regret. The earlier you recognize the trap, the more time you have to escape it. Time, not income, is the most powerful wealth-building tool. The salary trap isn't about low income, it's about limited control. Millions are working harder than ever, but falling behind because the system rewards ownership, leverage, and long-term thinking, not just effort. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.